Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, today's topic is a bit sensitive, but hey, we have to talk about it anyways. Now, today I'm talking about some of the challenges that I actually go through being in an interracial, yet age gap and long distance marriage. Interracial, age gap, long distance marriage. I hope that it's clear and I hope you get me well. So there are quite a few things that I go through, I will say, that I feel right now it is a bit sensitive. Some may be offended over it, but it has to be said out, and it's coming from me as Imi. So I hope this actually helps someone out there. Now, first things first, being in an interracial marriage, there has been a lot of discrimination. Oof. The discrimination side of things has been a really horrible experience, if I may say. First of all, in the beginning, discrimination from family, okay? And this is more personal. At the beginning, the fact that I'm in an age gap, not everyone is going to actually accept you. You get, family is going to have a lot to say, like cousins, siblings, sometimes even some parents will not understand you. But I thank God that the only approvals that I had at first were from my parents. My dad and mom gave me some form of acceptance. Yeah. They accepted him, and I think that is all I needed in the beginning. However, not everyone accepted me getting married to my older guy. Yeah. So discrimination is a real thing, and I know that a lot of people out there are actually facing it. I faced it, and that is something I'm actually open to talk about. Are you facing discrimination as well? Let me know. Secondly, him being British, the other thing was the whole issue of language barrier, accent. How do I even put it? British English is very complicated. You think you speak English until you hear an Englishman speak English. That is when you realize that there is a bit of language barrier. So at first it was very difficult, but as I got to know him and understand how he talks, it toned down a bit. And as Imi, I'm always speaking my normal English. So it's either you pick me or that is it. At the end of the day, right now, we are really doing well. I understand him. He understands me. Yes, I may mess about with certain words here and there, not pronounced well, and he laughs about it. But still, I take that as a joke because my accent is my accent at the end of the day. So, language barrier at first was really, really, really an issue. The other bit, social media attacks. We really, I think this cuts across even to other couples who are in my shoes. I used to be attacked by so many people. The comment section wasn't nice at all. People throwing in negative comments, less encouraging comments, to a point that you'd even get yourself in a depression situation. But love always overcomes all of these things. If you know what you're going in for, the decision that you've made, expect those, social media attacks to come in. Keep your head held up high, and then you definitely know that you're going to win. These attacks are always going to be there, so we can't run away from it. It's our reality, and the earlier people get used to it, the better. The other bit is, of course, having different belief systems, I just want to thank God that we are all Christians. And now, to make matters worse, he's a theologian, if I've pronounced it well. Now, the way he approaches prayer is very different from the way I do approach prayer. As me, I'm a born-again Christian, and the thing that I really thank God for was the fact that he is Christian. At least I don't have to deal with so much at the end of the day. The only disturbing bit was the fact that he approaches prayer differently as compared to me. So we sat down and actually had conversations concerning this. And I'm like, okay, the most important thing is we are all Christians. How you approach your prayer, let's keep it aside. You support me in my prayer, I support you in your prayer, and we are good to go. I think we're coming to an end concerning this. But now the other bit also is the fact that this has been a long distance marriage. It's been challenging. But I will say, with a long distance marriage, if you do not keep the communication side of things intact, trust me, you're going to fall apart. You are going to fall apart. So it being a long distance, we know there is going to be the missing days. We know there is going to be those moody days. There's just so much into this long distance thing, but keep the communication. And that is what we did over time, and it has worked. Okay, it's helped us grow. He supports me from here, and that's how we've been growing past couple of years. Now, lastly, this is personally, the whole issue of food. Yeah, the English people have probably a different style of, cooking, the kind of foods they eat. For us, the Africans, we're used to having soup all the time. It's matoke, you have your posho, you have your yams, we do heavy stuff. And then for them, they're more used to dry foods. It was really a challenging experience for me, to a point that I had to go to YouTube and start learning how to cook like good food, how to cook steak and all of that. Not all of them are going to adjust to everything that we eat. Not all of them are going to say, I'm going to feed on this thing every single day. So I had to balance a bit. However, yes, talking about the food side of it, if I cannot be in position to provide, to like make a meal and all of that, you find yourself in a restaurant and you're paying expensive food, you're paying for food expensively. But yes, whenever you go to a restaurant, it's always going to be expensive. So you have to learn how to cook. So the whole cooking thing was a problem. Food was an issue for me. But for myself, adjusting, and you're good to go. So those are some of the things I really experienced as Imi. What have you been experiencing? If you are in an interracial relationship, may not necessarily be age gap, but you're in an interracial relationship. What is it like, coping with your partner? Let me know. Have a good one.